Okay, here's a nice little video regarding the annoyance that I find, and I'm sure a lot of other people do, with software design once again. So in this instance, I'm going to focus on the notion that I just want things the way that they used to be. I don't want someone coming into my system and changing my tools. I like my tools the way they've always been, and every time these idiots start updating software and forcing it upon you, you are forced to change your way of working, and I cannot stand it. I hate it, and I want it to stop. And there must be a way of getting it to stop. I think it will stop. It will be stopped eventually. It's like a lot of things. I think they start off being an annoyance, and then more and more people just stop tolerating it somehow, and it does stop, because I right now don't have the power to stop it, which is a pity. And it's done partly, I think, as a natural thing, but also partly, I think, psychologically, to try and cause people to feel out of control. And that's, again, I would say, part of the agenda that is worldwide at the moment, which is a great shame, whereby a small group of people are trying to snidely and sneakily, like little disgusting rats, control other people. And eventually it's all going to blow up in their faces badly, and they know it, but they're just carrying on, trying to get as far as they can with it. And it's people like me who are going to cause it to blow up in their faces badly, because I won't tolerate it. So yeah, this is the problem we've got nowadays, and it's because of there's an insidious nastiness. There's a I don't know how to describe it. I don't know. I really don't know how to describe it. It's this sneaky, snide, snake-like behaviour by a small group of people who really need to be completely and utterly sorted out and kept out of any potential situation where they can have the effects that they're intending to have. They're weak and disgusting, and they are the cause of this problem. That's how it's, and the normal people of the world are thinking, what the hell's going on? Just because these people make it their business to try and remain hidden. But if you spend a few minutes really investigating the situation properly, you'll find that they are quite clearly visible. You can see exactly who they are and what they've been doing. And they focus on trying to make people feel isolated and alone, as though they have no one else who understands. And it's all part of this disgusting thing that they've created. But essentially it can be destroyed. It's fragile and frail and disgusting, and yeah, it's all part of the same problem. There is such a thing as honour in this world, in this life, and it's important, and it's what stops this kind of thing, and it requires people to be strong mentally, spiritually, physically, so that they can combat it. That doesn't mean it's without its own power, but it's based upon the disgusting weaknesses rather than the goodness and strength. And that's, I think, the challenge that we all have as people, is to recognize this and understand it and learn about it. It's tricky. These people are sick, and they can't really stop what they're doing, so they'll just continue and continue and continue until they are stopped. And in order to stop them, a person has to be strong, and they have to be strong in every aspect of their own lives and person. And it can be done. It's a process, and these people try at all times to deviate people from this. That's their mainstay, is to try and distract people from it, because they know that people who are in that vein will eventually destroy them and destroy their dirty little thing that they've created. So, I mean, I don't even know if anyone will ever see my videos. I have faith that they will. I believe that they will, because although I know that YouTube is an infected cesspool which is largely controlled by the same people who I'm talking about, or at least heavily influenced by them, it's, you know, I don't even know where I was going with that sentence now. I've got a lot of things on my mind when I talk about this. It makes me think a lot. Yes, I started this video talking about how software is continually changed. Well, you will have noticed this notion of change. Change is good. Change is this. It's all about change. Well, change is instability. It causes destabilization. That's all it does. So it means people are going, oh, what's happening? Oh, what's happening? Oh, what's happening? They're just constantly kept in a condition of uncertainty, and that's again another one of the ploys of these people, to try and keep people uncertain of what the hell's going on. It's disgusting. What they are is disgusting. And again, like I say, it can be defeated, it can be beaten. But yeah, making videos on YouTube, I mean, oh gosh, honestly, I mean, I'll just keep going, keep doing it, and hopefully there is some legitimacy to the system that my videos are uploaded to. It looks like I'm getting views, but who knows? You can't trust these systems. It could be that they're just trying to make it appear like I'm getting views. Who knows? That's the sickness. There's no honesty in these people. There's no authenticity. There's no legitimacy. There's no sincerity. They're all just full of lies, and that's their weakness. They're just liars, and they try to encourage other people to do wrong or to let themselves down. That's all these people do. Their entire focus is on trying to make other people fail. It's disgusting. They are literally the disgusting things in this world of ours. In a way though, one must use them as an opportunity to make oneself better. Knowing that these people exist and what they're doing makes a person choose to decide to be better. And it's not easy. You know, the idea of being perfect, I mean, depends on your terminology, but I don't think that the idea of perfect as we consider it to be is worthwhile. I think it's wrong. I think that we're human beings, but we need to do the best we can. But we also need the truth. And when a person's in possession of the truth, then they can really do their best. So at the moment, there's this sneaky, snide, obnoxious rubbish going on, which has basically polluted the world. And that's what these people do. They pollute to try and gain control. It's disgusting. It's really disgusting. It's the antithesis of what we call good. Now, strength in the face of these vermin is important. But you have to have different types of strength. You have to have physical strength, you have to have mental strength, you have to have emotional strength, you have to have rational strength, you have to have spiritual strength. But those things are challenges that you face in life, to keep yourself strong, keep yourself moving forwards in those directions in a positive way. And those rat people they can't do it. They're not focused on it. They will never try and better themselves, ever. All they ever try and do is focus on pulling other people down, and you can see it. They might masquerade as something that they're not, but they're quite. Once you know what they are, you can quite easily see them. And you're better off avoiding them and just making sure that you're in good condition. And again, that's a challenge. The challenge is to ignore them, because they're trying to distract all the time, trying to annoy, trying to upset, trying to do whatever they can to get in between people and each person's best, shall we say. So yeah, that's it. You know, constantly changing software. You know, I mean, on the face of it, well, you might say, oh well, it's improvement. Doesn't matter. Anyone with half a brain knows that if you try and improve something that someone's already using, it's courtesy at the very least to say, would you like this improvement? No, the improvement's just thrust upon you now. Well, you could argue, oh, it's just business. I don't think so. I think it's this sick monopoly that's come about, which actually has a nefarious intention as well attached to it. You know, there's a phenomenal amount of power involved in what these people are doing. And the thing is, the problem is they're all working under this weird cloud of fear that they don't really understand, in my opinion. And it's wrong. And it only requires courage of a few, really, to fix that problem. You know? And it may even inspire some of those sick people to change their ways. But that's the challenge we all face. It's, at the moment, I find being, you know, in this era difficult. Maybe it's been the same throughout history, but I find this era difficult because this nasty snide sickness was imposed, you know, during my early adult life. I watched it happen. I was fairly naive and ignorant of it most of my life, and then come the early 2000s it all became a big thing, and I watched it happen, and I don't want it. I want to fix it. So I want that, you know, that's a driver in my life. I can't just watch that disgusting disgrace occur and continue and do nothing about it. So, you know, I envisage a much better world, and we can have it. It's right there. But it requires work. And these people want you not to work. They want you distracted. They want you exposed to media which is no good for you, to try and upset you and distract you and keep you basically negative. So it's up to each individual to withdraw from that and keep themselves positive and motivated and forward moving. And now that is the trick. And that requires a person to establish what they really want from life that's really good for them, and to pursue it with all that they have at their disposal. And on the way, the goodness filters out from that person. These people just want people to be unhappy, essentially, probably because they're unhappy. Well, that's very sad for them, but you can't get mixed up with them. So you have to try and, you know, fix yourself, and then fix, by virtue of you fixing yourself, you'll fix the world around you. These people want you to be not fixed. They want you to be weak. They're disgusting. Ugh. So the best thing to do is ignore them and move on. But in the meantime, I do observe the problems that are being caused, and I want them to be changed. And I'd like to communicate with other people and let them know that they're not alone. I know, for example, that some of these scumbag people are most likely watching my videos and note the content and the message behind them, and they want to inhibit it and reject it. At best, they'll allow it, but then try and control it. That's what these people do. They're disgusting people. So what more can I do? I'll just, you know, continue going forwards with my life and making videos and enjoying this process. And hopefully other people who are genuinely watching these videos will be able to be inspired by them and to understand what's going on and to try and improve themselves and the world around us. That's all I've got, really. I don't like it when software is changed unnecessarily, and I think that it could be innocuous, but it's not. Ultimately it's not, because it's created by the same systems that have been corrupted. So I don't know what else to say. That's today's message.